Hi, welcome to Two Non-Doctors. I'm Liz Mealy.
I'm Maria Shahada.
Hi, Cupcake.
Hey, Muffin. What's going on?
It's so weird because, clearly you're American, but you don't, you forget that we have holidays. You know what I mean? Like, you don't have Thanksgiving there. You don't have 4th of July there because it's 4th of July is our independence
That's
from
hilarious. You
you
think we
guys.
forget? We don't forget. Your
What do you just
holidays
have like an
permeate
anti,
everything, huh?
do you have an anti 4th of July? But you don't
Uh,
have off tomorrow. Like,
no, but tomorrow's a big day for the UK because there's a big election here.
oh,
Um,
really?
yeah,
What's the
they
election?
they called it pretty early. Uh-oh. What's the election? It's like to see who's like what like they're gonna vote who I think they're voting on prime minister. Oh my God,
Wow,
Danny, shut
bro.
the fuck up. Shut the fuck.
You're like, what?
I honestly might make Danny cut that and you go, oh shit, an election? That sounds big. And we just move on.
Yeah, it's all right. Everything's crumbling here, and it's a true dumpster fire. Every single day is a dumpster fire.
Yeah.
So, dude, I came back from Texas. I did 4 dates in Texas, and I was about to go to sleep, and they cancel my flight. I had a 6 a.m. flight, and I just see that it's canceled.
Why do you
And I'm
put
like,
the thumbs up by your face?
I didn't do that. Did you do that?
No, what was that?
I didn't do that. That's creepy. Somebody in our meeting?
Okay. The
Cool.
friendliest
The
uh
friendliest hacker I've ever dealt
basher,
with.
yeah.
Just somebody hearing us kind of vaguely talking about politics, and they're like, that's going to go well.
Yeah.
Whoa, what's
Oh,
happening?
how come you got oh,
Maybe,
because you have Fourth of July stuff. Where's my
but
election
I'm not doing
emojis?
this.
Oh, there it is. Oh, Zoom,
Oh,
fuck
as if you
you.
say 4th of July?
Fourth of July, yay! Or is
No,
it just two
dude.
thumbs up?
This is creeping me out. Why would two thumbs up do it? What? This? What? Yo, dude.
It's like it took a message from Threads. You know how on Threads, like you would just like something and it would be like, pride, da 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 da.
I didn't like that. I don't like that at all. I don't need you to fucking do a parade every time I say something. I don't like that. No.
It
It's
might be
gonna
the
be
most New York thing. Hey, I don't need a fucking parade every time I say something.
yeah, yeah. Um, my neighbor. My packages often go to this building all the way at the end of the street because our numbers are inverse. So we have like a dyslexic mailman. And it happens all the time. Like I've had a lot of new people move into my building and they'll complain that their packages are getting stolen. I was like, I actually don't think they're getting stolen. I think they're getting misdelivered. And we have the same super. I was like, you should ask Hector to let you in. And just they have like a table of all the packages. I found so many packages. But there's a fan of mine that lives down the street, and I'll sometimes get an Instagram message and he'll be like, hey, I think I have your cat food. And I'll be like, oh, thank you so much. And he'll drop it off. But he always like drops it off and disappears. And then finally I met him. Super nice. But I sent him a message just to be like, hey, thank you so much. And I said, like, hey, if you want free tickets to my taping, I'm happy to do that. Like, you've given me so many of my packages back. And it's just nice to have someone on the inside of where my packages really do end up.
Yeah.
Um, and so I finally met him. He's like, oh, yeah, let me check. I won't know my work schedule for a while. And so I just messaged him to be like, hey, thank you again. And he's like, you're so like much nicer for somebody that's from New Jersey. And I was like, hey, I am a nice person, but I do like my Jersey. Like it's like the Hulk. Like if I'm triggered, I'm like full like, oh, I'll fucking kill your
You give
family.
people three chances. I've seen it over the years. It's fun. It's fun. They do something to piss you off, you blow it off, you let it roll off your shoulders. It's fine. Second time they piss you off, you're like, noted that, but I'm not going to do anything about it. Why waste energy? They're not worth it. Third time, fuck you, it's over.
It's so, I feel like a cat that you're like petting them and they're like, I'm kind of over it, but she'll get the hint. And then they look back at you and you're like, oh, he's so cute. And then the third time it's like, ah! And you're like, I should have listened. The ears were back. I didn't see like I wish my ears would go back like a cat so people could be like, why are Why is she baring her teeth?
I can see it. Your eyes get wider. Yours don't go back, but your eyes get wider.
That is true. I do have like, and I start twitching. Um, anyway, supposed to have a 6 a.m. flight, gets canceled for no reason at 11 p.m. as I'm about to go to bed. And I see it and I'm like, the choices to reschedule are horrible. So I was going to look at Delta to see if they had better ones and they didn't. So then I went back to American and all the flights were gone. They automatically put me on like an 8 p.m. flight. Keep in mind, my original flight was 6 a.m. Freaking out. I go back to Delta. I book a 2:30. And then I cancel my American. I call Delta to be like, hey, can I have, like, is there any better flight? Because everything is sold out. This guy was actually really nice. He put me on hold for 20 minutes. He's like, dude, I checked everything. He's like, I could get you to Atlanta at 8 a.m., but you would be stuck in Atlanta for like the whole day. He's like, it's just not worth it. So I was like, all
He
right.
hates Atlanta.
Yeah. He's like, girl, don't do it.
You're gonna want to stay in Texas, if I'm honest.
Yeah. So anyway, I now know why I didn't originally fly Delta, because American was direct and I just cannot do these layovers anymore, these connecting flights, because they never run on time, ever. So of course, this is a connecting flight. I have a half hour, everything boards on time, sit on the tarmac for a half hour. I look at the guy and I was like, hey, are we going to like make time up in the air? He's like, we always make time up in the air. I was like, sure. We do not make time up in the air. I am so hormonal. I am so tired. My sister's here. I was supposed to be home at 11. It's now 6 o'clock at night while I'm on the plane. And there's no way we're going to make this connecting flight. And I go, and it looked like I would have 10 minutes. And I was like, there's no way I'm going to make it with 10 minutes. And I just start crying. And he's like, oh, I don't think so, but you could. I was like, it's fine. I'm sorry. Like, I was really nice about it, but I was just like truly losing my mind. He was super nice. Is there anything I can do? I was like, no. And the good news is like, as soon as we landed, like, it's like, hey, you missed your connecting flight. Here are the other options. And there was one an hour later. And I was like, damn, I got it right away. And like, whatever. But there was a guy next to me reading like a truck magazine, right? And we were landing in Raleigh, and he just looked at me and he goes, hey, just so you know, because like I was telling the guy, I was like, we're landing in C, my gate is D. Is there any way I'm going to make this flight? And the guy was like, just so you know, it's a very direct, like it's super direct. And I was like, oh, okay, thank you. And then I went to like kind of be a crazy person to be like, I'm having a bad day, And I start talking, and this guy wants nothing to do with me. Literally just like boxes me out, looks down, never looks back up. And I was like, oh, I'm the crazy person that doesn't get signals. Yep. Like, I was like, yep, I've been on the other end of that. You're not wrong. Read your magazine.
Yeah.
Oh, it was just such a horrible travel day. And I'm so glad I have 5 weeks off.
Speaking of travel, I told you, now we brought up my fear of turbulence.
Yeah.
On a previous podcast, and I think I remember blaming climate change. And I was like, I think climate change is making travel scarier and worse. And I don't think you really backed it up. And I know there were no comments saying, yeah, Maria. Yeah.
You're so smart. Genius.
You're so smart. Yeah. But guess what? I read an article because there was a flight. This is like the third one that's happened recently.
Third international one.
Yeah. So there's a flight it was going
Madrid?
from Spain to Uruguay.
Yeah.
And there was some bad turbulence. People got injured. Like the ceiling of the plane, there was like wires coming out of it. Like, so they had to make an emergency landing. But they were saying that since the 90s, I think it's been 55% rise in clear air turbulence, which means
stuff that they can't detect.
They can't detect it. It's like the black ice of the air.
Of the sky.
Yeah. And it's due to climate change.
I don't like that.
What?
I don't like that.
No, I don't like it either. I knew there was a reason I was afraid of flying, because it has gotten worse. Like, and yeah, I knew it wasn't in my mind.
Yeah.
And they say like it's most transatlantic flights like is where a lot of it's like the most traveled pathway in the world, and a lot of turbulence happens there. The most turbulent area of the world, where do you guess? Where do you want to guess where it is?
Asia?
Yeah, the South Pacific.
Because that's where all the things like fall out of the sky, disappear, like all the like weirdo ones, you know what I mean? Like Twilight Zone stories. It's Asia. Like it doesn't take a rocket scientist to be like something's going on in your sky,
I
bro.
won't go
I
to
don't know.
Southeast Asia. I
Is there
won't.
like a Godzilla in the clouds? Like why?
I don't know why it's so hard to survive in the air over there, but not a lot of people do.
I don't
So
like it.
yeah.
I don't like it, bro.
Hmm.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay. Okay.
I tried to assert myself. I have a hard
Hmm.
time. I always feel like if I like try to stick up for not stick up for myself. It seems weird to say that. Like if I have an issue and I say something, I'm always afraid that I'm in the wrong somehow. Like if I get into an argument with a friend, I always call you and I'm like, am I
Am
right
I
to be
wrong?
upset about
Am I
this?
wrong on this?
Yeah. Am I crazy? But that's fucked up, right? But like the upstairs neighbors have gone to the north of England for a couple months. They've been Airbnb-ing it. They didn't tell us they were Airbnb-ing it, but you have to guess.
I
And this,
mean, I wouldn't tell my neighbors if I was Airbnb-ing.
well, no, because she told me she was like, "Oh, we're leaving, and we're gonna have people." But she didn't like specifically say we don't know these people. It doesn't matter. It's your life, whatever. But the woman who was up there was like playing music so loud all day, every day, and it was really distracting. Like I couldn't watch TV. No, but like I work at home, like I work from home, and I try to write and stuff, and it's like I can't keep leaving to a coffee shop to write. That gets very expensive.
Yeah.
So I saw her outside and I was like, hey, hi, I'm Maria. I live downstairs. And, I was like, just, this used to be one house. So there's no barrier. There's no sound barriers here. And so like when you listen to your music loud, like it's really loud for me. So like, just kind of bear that in mind. And if you could keep it down like a little more. And she was like, I haven't been playing music. And I was like, really? And then she was like, no, but I just got here yesterday. And I was like, oh, welcome. I'm Maria.
Really? So it's just
So
like they just have different people coming in?
yeah. So just random people. And I was like, great, nice to meet you. Just so you know, there's no sound barriers. I'll see you later. Like, but it annoyed me that I was like, I'd finally gotten over my fear of it, because we talked about this.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
might
yeah.
have
Where I'm just
edited
like,
it out for the last episode, but we had talked about how I won't tell a stranger they're bothering me.
yeah.
And then you will do it for me. But it's because like if with my misophonia, it's like I'm already in this headspace. So there's no way for me to say it nicely. So
No, you're triggered. I mean, dude, there's places where I'm like, hey, I don't think I'm going to be able to say this nicely. And it's my anger is too much for what the situation is.
yeah.
And it's just not. But like with this stuff, it doesn't bother me. So I can easily be like, hey, if you could not chew gum, that'd be great. And people are like, okay. But if you were like, no,
Yeah.
I said no. Like, you know what I mean? Like I was
I have
crazy.
taken packs of gums out of people's hands, like comedians' hands. Like I have no problem with that.
Yeah.
But yeah, but I mean it's just like I was like, okay, you have an issue, just talk to them about it. I'm afraid of confrontation, I think is what I'm saying. And I did it and I was wrong. So
No, but there was no way for you to know that this was an Airbnb situation and not like somebody staying like a sublet, like somebody
right.
staying there
I
for
didn't
a
know
bit.
she wasn't like gonna be there the three
But
months.
hey, she now knows that you can hear everything and maybe she won't maybe you preemptively saved yourself.
No, I didn't because they're very loud. They just stomp around a lot. But they're there for what, 2 weeks and then it's gonna be some other problem. So it's
Yeah.
fine. I just know that next place I live, I will not be living under somebody. Never again.
Yeah, I mean, so Evan is on the top floor and I think it's like a very sturdy building. You can hear nothing. Genuinely
That's
nothing.
a dream.
Yeah. And I did, when I was looking to move years ago, I did look at an apartment, and that was like one of the first things they say. They're like, you're at the top of the food chain. You can't like, and I was like,
Shit rolls
um,
downhill. It's
yeah,
all
yeah, yeah,
somebody
yeah.
else's shit.
But I'm in mine. I mean, I have the joke from my last special of the elliptical that sounds like people are having sex
Oh
above
yeah.
me. Um, I don't think they're working out as much. It's really sad to be like, I hope you give up on your dreams. But the one thing is they're really nice. Like I did say, like we're good friends, not good friends, but we're friendly neighbors and nice to each other, and we get each other's packages, and we've been good to each other. That like I was like, hey, this is what I'm hearing. And I'm fine with compromise. I was just like, hey, I cannot sleep through that. It is horrible. I wake up on average around 9:30, 10. Is there any way? And so he's never done it ever in the morning ever again. Like, and
Oh,
that's
that's
fine by me.
nice. Yeah.
Yeah, no. So it's like I'll hear it sometimes because it's over the bedroom. But honestly, it's like I'm fine with compromise.
I
But
think
like
it's
there's
I think it's because I have misophonia. I always feel like I'm being unreasonable. And then like when like my housemate goes, Jesus, they're being loud up there. I'm like, oh, good.
yeah,
It's not
okay. All
me.
right, all right, all right. I'm normal. I'm normal.
Yeah. Everyone hear that? Like
Yeah,
everyone's
yeah.
bothered by it.
It's got to be like as somebody that has like psychotic breaks or like that's there, right? That's
Yeah.
there. You see
Yeah.
that, right? Are you seeing that? You're seeing it.
Yeah.
You have to be seeing that.
Yeah. And I swear to God, I will not talk about noises anymore. Sorry. I won't talk about noises anymore, guys. I'm done. I'm done. It's
That's
it.
not true. That's
I
not
spent a
true.
lot of time.
That ain't true. Girl, that
I'm
ain't true.
aware of it at least.
Are you?
Yeah,
Um, we'll do some quick announcements.
sure.
Thank you to everybody that came and saw me on tour. I am off the road until August, so I won't be back. I have like Montreal, Toronto, Boston. I forget what else. But my special taping is in September if you want to see my new hour. But I all my stuff is on my website at lizmealy.com. Maria.
Yeah, I have a website, mariashahada.com. If I'm anywhere, I'll put it on there. And then Liverpool, July 13th.
Nice.
Um, follow me at Maria Shahada.
At Liz Mealy.
At
Thank you
two
to
non-doctors. Number two, full word doctors. Um, on what? Twitter and YouTube, and number two, non-DRS on Instagram.
yeah, and then thanks to all our patrons on
Thank you.
Patreon. We love you. You guys are
Yes.
awesome. We appreciate
Yes.
your support. Patreon.com/2 number 2 non full word doctors.
And write to us. Guys, what is the email address? If you don't know by now. Number two, non-forward doctors at gmail.com. Write to us. Thank you.
um I think I'm ready to start my Googles.
Yeah, let's do it. I'm okay.
So I think I vaguely talked about it last week. I haven't told Evan yet, but he got me a necklace.
You're pregnant.
No,
Oh,
no, no.
no.
Yeah, I
This
wanted
was
to
meant to
announce
be
it here
dirty work.
first.
That was all for nothing. This
Um,
is how rumors get started. Sorry.
oh
Okay.
my God. No, Evan got me this necklace for my birthday, and like 2 days later, I got eczema on my eyelid,
Is it
and
nickel?
then I got eczema on my neck. And I
Oof.
was like, what the fuck? I've never gotten in those places. And I was like, what is this? Da, da, da. And then two different videos popped into my Instagram feed about eczema due to a metal allergy and how it's often on your eyelids because it's like a thinner thing. But I still like, so it might be like because it's like contact or whatever, and it's often nickel. Anyway, as soon as I saw that, because I wore the necklace twice and I stopped wearing it because it takes. Okay, so this is what I Googled. How long does a metal allergy last? Because this is going on for weeks now, and it cleared up on my eyelid. It's still a little bit on my neck. And it said a metal allergy reaction, also known as contact dermatitis, can last between 2 and 4 weeks. Symptoms can appear as early as 12 hours after exposure, but usually occur 12 to 48 hours, which is exactly what happened. He gave me the necklace June 9th, and on my birthday, on June 11th, is when I got I remember I woke up and I was like, how do I have fucking eczema on my birthday?
Yeah.
I hate this. Um, and then symptoms include rash, itching, redness, dry patches, blisters, pain, stinging, swelling, and scaly plaque. I basically just had like typical eczema. Like this was kind of itchy and like flaky skin or whatever. And then my neck was crazy itchy and red. And then the reaction will typically last between 2 and 4 weeks. In sensitive people, it can be red, itchy, bumpy rash. Reactions can occur up to two days after touching the metal and can last up to a month. So I mean, I think that's exactly what it is. I think I like so the charm itself. I think I just have to switch out. You know what I mean? It's just
Yeah.
the chain or whatever, so it's not that big of a deal. But I have to see, like I have pliers. I just have to get a different chain and then make somebody else do it because I don't want to
Yeah.
touch this thing again. But I just don't know. I've never I can't imagine I don't have nickel jewelry somewhere, right? So
Right.
I guess my next like deep dive into this is like a lot of times you become more sensitive because your immune system is suppressed, right? And I've been eating trash and
Mm.
I have been deeply exhausted, which can, and like not getting the sleep I'm supposed to. And I think that can spike your cortisol, which fucks with your hormones, which fucks with your gut, which makes you more sensitive. That's my flow chart, my physical
Yeah.
flow chart.
Yeah. So your flight gets canceled and then you have eczema on your eyelid. It's just all fucked up.
Kind of. So, I mean, I was on the road constantly for weeks. I had just gotten back from Europe. You know what I mean? Like, I just think maybe everything was off. Plus, then I touched the thing. So I just wonder if like I'm forever allergic to nickel or if I'm currently allergic to nickel because my immune system's suppressed. So that's like my next deep dive into what's
Okay.
going on. But it is starting to clear up, and I am a little sad that I mean, again, I just have to switch out the necklace part of it.
Go to an allergist.
I'm busy,
Uh,
relaxing.
I am pretty damn allergic to dust mites. I got the test results
Oh
back.
yeah, I'm so excited. I can't believe we haven't talked about this.
That's
Okay.
okay.
So
I
you're
can
like,
believe we have.
okay, so you're like crazy allergic to dust mites
Yeah.
and there's
Um,
nothing you can do?
no, so we're going to start the immunotherapy. The thing is we were going to start next week, but then I have like some stuff coming up I don't want to be like broken out in hives for, like
Yeah.
auditions for things. So I'm going to see if I can postpone it until that's over. And
Is
then
that
I'm
the,
also
oh, I was gonna wait for, I want to hear all the other ones.
nothing surprising. I'm also allergic to a tree pollen and kind of a small amount, like the smallest amount allergic to pet dander.
Okay. Okay. All pet dander?
Well, dogs and cats, like
No,
it was cats more than dogs, but it was like literally
no.
like less than
We got to do
I don't know what
exposure
the scale is.
therapy.
Huh?
Exposure therapy. We'll do it
Yeah,
in December.
I just need to expose I just need to like hold lunchbox
Oh yeah.
forever. And then we'll be
Yeah.
good.
Okay, great.
So yeah. So but I just I don't want to risk being sick for some things I
Yeah.
have coming up. Which brings me to Google, which
I'm
was
ready.
why do people choke under pressure?
What? Oh,
Why do people choke under pressure?
understood. Okay.
Um, Choking under pressure, where one freezes and underperforms when it matters most. Even despite deep expertise and years of practice, as we've seen in the world of sports. But most of us can, let me just skip all that garbage. So, the science of choking. When we freeze, our bodies are engaging a threat response to something in our external environment. That something is different for everyone. Okay, basically, you go into fight or flight. So, with stand up, if I choke for like a stand up audition, um, I am nervous for a new reason. This is why, like, when we do a new club and there's like a booker seeing us for the first time or whatever, we might get nervous. But like,
Yeah.
anyway, so you're nervous for a new reason. Now all your brain power is going to fight or flight or
Survival.
survival.
Yeah.
And so the part of your brain that would normally be automated when it comes to the thing you're doing is not focused on that anymore. Hence the choking. So when you choke psychologically, your body has entered into protection from danger mode and has released a cocktail of stress-related hormones like cortisol and adrenaline. This can elevate your breathing and heart rate, dilate your pupils, and even cause you to sweat. When under threat, your working memory becomes impaired, meaning you have trouble making sense of and acting on new information, become more prone to recalling and reliving negative emotional experiences, and consciously overthink behaviors that should be second nature. And then when your performance is in decline, it can trigger a vicious cycle of self-doubt, shame, guilt, and fear, and making it all the more likely that you'll choke again. And then you won't take future risks also. And so yeah.
Are you choking? What are you doing out there?
Well, not yet, but I'm just saying like I have choked in the past, and I think that's why, like, when put into these situations, because it's like I'm doing like an audition spot at Top Secret. It's a club I play all the time. Nothing about it makes me nervous. It's a wonderful club. Um, but then it's just like when you have somebody in the audience who could be booking you for something, then it's suddenly like now that nerves comes in, now my brain's focusing on the nerves. And then what if I forget my lines? I'm fun. Basically, I should be just imagining what they tell you to do is to visualize yourself performing well in that situation or doing what you're supposed to be doing.
Sure, but also I think, because I get nervous. I mean, it happens all the time, but like I've had everything that can go wrong, and most comics have. I know you have. Everything could go wrong. The mic goes out, somebody's heckling you, there's a fucking fire, somebody shouts during your punchline. Like, everything that could go wrong has gone wrong. I've had a panic attack at the beginning of a set. And because I've gotten through every single one, like either unscathed or minorly scathed, it's like,
Yeah, it's true. I guess there's not a lot the set could throw at me other than like I might be the second woman in a row doing 20-minute set.
sure, but like at the end of the day, I've also murdered, like nobody would have watched that show and not thought I'd had the best set, and I still don't get the thing. So it's just like I don't care
Right.
anymore, and that really does help
Yeah.
too.
The
That
not
like I
caring.
could be the best of the best and I still don't get it for whatever fucking reason, and I could do okay and get it for whatever reason. So it's like all I can do is show up the best I can that day with the material that I am most excited about. And we know you can't control the room. You can just do what you got to do. You
Right.
know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. Plus, I'm like, I mean, if you get this, it'll just lead to more stand up, which you don't want. So who cares?
Yeah. I
Um,
mean, you almost should say that to yourself, which
no,
is
I
like,
do.
who cares? Like it really is like,
Yeah. I'm not like nervous about it yet. I might be day of, but I was always really interested in like science of choking because I just think it's funny that you can know something in and out. And like, just even when I was like younger and I would talk to somebody I had a crush on, and I'm just like, I don't know words. What? Who am I? It's just like, why has my brain been hijacked? You
yeah.
know?
Yeah. I mean, it's funny because like I said, I still can get nervous, but I think because everything I prepared for, not everything, but there's so many things I prepared for and I did well and I didn't get it. And then
Yeah.
there's so many things that like I truly walked in and I was like, eh. And then I was like, what? I didn't want this one. I didn't want this one. Like this
Yeah.
isn't like you're just like because you're just like so chill. But I don't know. I in my mind, you are so good and so prepared, and that room is fun that it's like if it doesn't go well, it's like whatever. And if it
Yeah.
does go well, it's like, of course it did.
Right. Yeah. My agent was like, yeah, they're not seeing very many people. And then when I called Top Secret to like set the setup, they're like, yeah, 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 we'll figure it out. There are so many comedians auditioning for that. I was like, cool. So it's whatever. But yeah, I also needed a Google. I didn't have one.
Great. Perfect.
I
Proud
was
of you.
choking. I was like, I can't
I
think
was
of a
choking on this Google.
Google.
Um, okay.
Yeah,
I
this
feel
could be
like,
a short one. Let's end it
yeah,
here.
we did
I got shit
something.
to do.
This is my holiday. I'm on holiday.
Yeah.
As soon as that plane landed, I was like, I'm on holiday. Um,
Holiday. Celebrate.
we don't have the rights for this. Okay. Um, thank you so much, everybody. We will see you next week.
Thanks, guys. Bye.
Bye.